Hello everyone and welcome to a highly requested tutorial on how to model. So modeling is not that hard for me, but I can see why it's hard for other people. And this right here is my most detailed, most time consuming model I have ever made. And this is Rabby for High to Survive 3. And this thing is insane. It's a lot of circles. It even lags my screen due to the amount of just pure detail in all of this stuff. And this is really advanced, and quite honestly, I've never seen anything like this or in any fnaf fan game. But this is just an example of what you can do if you're modeling. Um, so yeah, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a new custom model, and I'll be showing you some tips and tricks. So my first tip is that you should never uh, make it too complicated. You should never make too many complicated shapes like stars or anything. You should always keep it relatively simple. So what I'm going to do is just make some cheeks here. I'm going to make this down more. So now, here we got a simple head shape. See, that took not a lot of time at all. So we don't want it to just be this plain color. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to here and fill. We're going to make a darker color. So now it looks like this. And I like to make like that. So now it looks like an actual head shape. The problem is it has no eyes or anything. So the next thing we do is decide where our eyes are going to be. So I'm going to make one here. And the reason I'm making them so big is I'll show you in a second. We're going to do this. We're going to go here. That way it's like there. And now we got some shading for some eyes. And now we're going to add some eye holes. So this time we're going to do full. I'm going to put one right here. We're going to copy and paste this. And we're going to put one right here. So now we've got a very simple model. Now before I do anything further, I'm going to group this and start adding some detail. So the way I do this is there's two ways. One way I like more than others. So what we do is do this again. We choose the darkest contrast. We make it a bit darker. And now I just make a ton of these circles everywhere. You can make them really small or really big. It just looks like it's kind of dirty. It's kind of worn out, like a worn out animatronic, which can improve your model by 100%. See, this is already looking really good, and it's only taken me like 5 seconds to make this headpiece. So what we're gonna do, sorry about that, we're gonna group this, and now we got our head. But the problem is we don't have eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an eye sprite. We're gonna make a circle. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another circle, and this time I'm gonna make it brown. I'm gonna make this one brown as well. So now we got a brown circle. We're gonna put this right here. And then finally, we're gonna make the black one. And you know what? I'm gonna make it so that it also has a bit of texture to it. you never want it to be like a plain color unless it's complete darkness. That's like this. So now we group it, but now it's looking still a bit plain. So another thing we're gonna do here is we're going to, first I'm gonna make a couple of white circles because that's like on a lot of models and it looks a lot better. So we're going to group that again. And now I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to ungroup and click that until it's done. I'm going to get rid of all of this except for this. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. And now what I'm going to do is make another one of these. Make this like this like this, and swap that. So now we got a dark circle. We're going to put this over the eyes, the eye. So group. And now what we're going to do is take that. We're going to make it smaller. We're going to put it in the eye socket. So we're going to copy, paste that. So there, now our animatronic has eyes and it's looking kind of creepy. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this. And now, the mouth. So I'm not very good at making mouths. That's why for Rabby here, he has just the that. And you can do that, of course. It's pretty self-explanatory. But the way you do mouths, and I'm going to make this one an animal character, is you make a circle, and I use this tool to make it look smaller. What I'm going to do also is make this like that. And I'm going to adjust this a bit to make it look kind of like a rounded square. There we go. So now we got ourselves a snout. And again, just like anything, we're going to make it so that it's a bit, it looks like it's textured. So there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a black circle for our nose. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the same thing here. So now we got ourselves a nose. And again, just like anything, you know the drill. You gotta make it have texture. So there we go. We have ourselves a nice snout. Now we're gonna do another thing. As you all know, we're gonna make the circle. And just make that pretty much everywhere. So now what we have is a nice headpiece. So we're gonna group that. And now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ungroup it real fast. I'm gonna copy this, and now I'm gonna group it again. Group, and I'm gonna paste it. And instead of making this one a snout shape, I'm gonna make it so it's like this. Oops. So now we got a jawline. Actually, I'm gonna make this a bit thicker and this a lot smaller. There we go. And now what I want to do is make it so that it looks like this. As you can see, I'm not very experienced with the jaws. But here, now what I'm going to do to make it look a little more robotic is I'm going to do this gradient right here. We're going to make it completely black. We're going to go here and make it like this. So now we have ourselves a tube. We don't want an outline. If you're trying to make a realistic model, by the way, never use outlines, because outlines do not help it in that case. So I'm going to make this smaller. Back. We're going to copy and paste that one. And we're going to make this one go back too. So now we got a jawline. Cool. Now, another thing is that we want some accessories, don't we? So we're going to go to this gradient instead. I'm just going to make a rectangle here. It's looking kind of bland, so I'm going to make it so that it's like this. Perfect. And now I'm going to make another one of these, but this time it's going to be like this. Actually, I'm going to make it so it's just black. So we're going to do this and go back, forward, until it hits that point. Oh, and also I want to make it so that it's kind of like slanted like that. So now what we do is we make it so that this, and we can make ourselves a gradient. Cool. And then another thing I like to do is make the circles in here as well to make it look withered or, worn down and stuff. So there we go. Now we have a hat. We're going to group this all together. And then how you make teeth. So teeth are a pain to do, but here's the gist of it. You make a completely white, or maybe not completely white, circle. You shape it into what you want it to be. So we're going to want a nice rounded tooth. I copy and paste this, and we're going to make it that so it's kind of darker. And we're going to put this right there. And then we're going to group. And there we go. Now we have a tooth. So now what we do, I'm going to make this a bit smaller, is we're going to copy and then individually make each and every tooth in the place that you want. We're going to want this one at the back too. This one's a bit too much. And I'm not time-lapsing this for the reason that it's just, you have to understand that teeth just don't go in random places. You gotta put them where they need to go. We're gonna copy and paste. I'm gonna make this go backwards. I make one more back. Okay, so now we group this. And there we go. We have ourselves a model for our head. You can use this for anything. By the way, if you watch my How to Make a Scratch FNAF game, How to Make a FNAF fan game on Scratch, I'm going to be using the finished model. This is part 1. I'll be teaching you how to make like different accessories like the endoskeleton and the body and stuff the next episode. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like it, like the video so more people can see my stuff. And if you really like my content, subscribe. Bye.